Well, hello everybody, and thank you for joining me. Today I would like to talk about Avowed, which came out this week. Actually, it came out last week if you count a premium edition, which allowed to play the game a little early. I did get that edition because I was really interested in trying out the game after some things that I heard and saw and read about the game, but I decided to return it after about 2 hours. And right now what you see is footage I recorded playing it on Game Pass. So anyway, why did I return it so soon? Because of course you could say, well, how can you judge a game after about an hour or two? Well, there are quite a few things that bothered me and made me think, well, you know, I don't think I want to see this game in its entirety if the beginning already is like that. And I think we see the first problem here. The characters are just standing around, you know, not doing anything. My followers, you know, right behind me, looking at me, and you see all these characters not doing anything. You know, it kind of feels lifeless. And I'm not saying that if you play a game like KCD 2, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, or Skyrim or Oblivion, that, you know, it's like incredibly realistic and an absolutely alive world in terms of like those characters doing amazing stuff. But they have a schedule, they move around, they communicate, and what we see here is just this beautiful town. And let's face it, there is quite a lot of stuff that's really nice about the game with the graphics and everything.
Looks like misadventure to me.
But you know,
It's hard to give yourself.
nothing is really happening. Yes, there is a murder scene here, which I just stumbled onto.
If someone killed him, they'll get what's coming to them.
So there is a murder scene, and
You, what are you doing? This is a crime scene. That's evidence.
okay, I just took the evidence.
Stay out of his way.
But since I'm the chosen one, the Imperial Envoy,
My mistake.
you know, no consequences. And, you know, I could pretty much walk into any building here if there was anything to pick up. As you can see, there is not. You know, all the stuff laying around, which I can't do anything with. So, let's see. Let me take my dagger. Well, those are high quality cups. Because nothing happens when I, you know, attack him. Let's go here. Nope, nothing happening. Anyway, there's this guy standing around. Let's see what he says if I take all the stuff over here.
Oh, it just doesn't work.
Okay, so apparently that's totally fine to do that. My companion is not commenting on it either. So what we see is just these people standing around. Sometimes they will talk a little bit. Sometimes they will just stand there and stare. Which is just so weird. Like this person. Or, well, I could talk to him. But in general, you know, these people, it just feels kind of lifeless, and that's what's really bothering me. That was one of the things that bothered me. I would like to show you some more of that. Here's that crime scene again. I'm the guy who took apparently the murder weapon, but you know, who cares? I'm the Imperial Envoy, so nothing's gonna happen anyway. Let's maybe see what's happening over here. And there's just this person standing there. Apparently she consumed something, I don't know. I mean, once again, the graphics are really nice. This, by the way, is the balanced mode. It's not like the highest graphic setting. But, yeah, this just looks kinda odd. Now, this is the very beginning of the game. The first impressions you will get. Unless you watch some videos. And, yeah, I'm waking up. Let's skip a little bit. I'll also skip the conversations a little bit, because this is mostly about the, some of the decisions they made regarding the game. So, first of all, I just stranded on this beach. I would really like to have some equipment. I mean, I'm wearing boots, gloves, and this armor set. But, you know, let's see if we can get anything better. And apparently, you know, there are these corpses. I mean, their outfit doesn't look that appealing, but I could not pick it up because I can't interact with anything. Let's get the conversation out of the way.
Alive. Thank the gods I
And
wasn't.
as I said, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
At least the journey's not completely lost. The name. We spoke. I've been here before. We've got. I saw.
So
it was That's
there are
right.
some
In the
things that
mean-
bother me
as
about the
long as-
conversation as well, because sometimes it's
then I
not
know the
possible
plan. Ideas.
to
Once-
exhaust
we
your
need
options.
supplies. And if our thank you.
You
Those-
make one decision, and it's not like, you know, you make a big decision in terms of like, let's kill this or let's not or whatever. It's just conversational stuff where you may ask for the name, but then if there's another question that you would have liked to ask, there's often not a way to go back and ask that other question. But let's just focus on this. So as you can see, I am allowed to interact with these two items. I'm supposed to. That mace and the potion.
Some supplies.
So let me equip that,
survive.
and
Like a dab hand with that.
here are these chests
I don't understand. Why would they fire on us?
which
Their
I
own
cannot
people?
break.
No use wondering.
Apparently very well
Gotta
made.
make sure our troops
Can't
are
interact
safe.
with those either to see whether maybe they have something on them. You know, whether it's like some coin or anything, but maybe that's for like moral reasons, because these are people who are stranded with me. Maybe I'm not supposed to, you know, take anything from these corpses. Then there are these graves, which I can, you know, read the inscription on. And what else can I interact with? Well, not much really. There's this corpse, and it's got a few coins. So apparently this was the only guy who had some coins on him. And this I can break, shown by this icon. I don't know if you can turn these off, but yeah, it will tell you what you can break. So I do, and there are a few more coins. Same here, I can break these. But, you know, if we move on, there is nothing else here really to interact with. There are some things on the mini-map, as you can see. And there, again, that yellow telegraph thing, that highlighting, showing me that I can interact with that plant. So let's move on a little bit. Gonna break this. And you can only break them if they look like that and have that icon. If you go to a house which has a wooden door, there is no way for you to break them. Even if you know, have like magic, fire, powerful weapons. The only wooden doors or wooden walls that you can break are those that look like that or have that highlighting. So let's move on a little bit. Of course, we can immediately see where we're supposed to go, because you've seen probably the memes about yellow paint on walls that show you where you can climb in other games, whether it's like Assassin's Creed games or that Star Wars Outlaws game. Here it's those ropes. So let us move on. Alright, time for some combat. Let me grab that mace. Let's just go down there. And as you can see,
The troops been doing patrol.
I keep hitting them, those guys. Some of those hit feel a little sluggish, but that's okay. But as you can see, I stagger them and can keep kind of locking them into that stagger and keep attacking them. Again, I can't loot them. I mean, they don't look like they have a lot of stuff on them, whether it's coins, armor, or weapons. But yeah, let us
Come on,
move
fort's
on
up ahead.
some more. Skip ahead a little bit.
Gods.
Alright, so I made it into the fort,
They've torn the
which is
place
part of the
apart from
tutorial,
inside.
and there are
Did
some
they?
breakable
fighting each
chests here,
Envoy, I don't
some
like this.
wooden crates, and there is a lore node, which I can interact with. But as you can see, there are some dead soldiers around, and I would really like to pick up this helmet. Or, I mean, the armor looks kind of broken because part of his arm is missing. Maybe that's one reason, but you know, if you take a look at Kingdom Come 2, you can pick up armor by, you know, after killing someone, and it will be damaged and you can repair it. But you have a choice, whether it's Skyrim, Oblivion, Kingdom Come. If you kill an enemy or you find a corpse killed by someone else, you will be able to loot that corpse and get the equipment, which is a nice way of equipping yourself with gear, especially in the beginning. These guys wear all these armor sets, but there is no way to interact with them. Neither can I interact with anything else really in this room. Or break anything. This here looks like a box, like a wardrobe or something. Neither can I break it nor interact with it. So if we ignore the details, and this looks really nice, let's face it, but there is nothing here to really interact with. It just feels very, very empty, I have to say. So let us move on to this fort. Again, some corpses, and hey, there's that yellow highlighting. So, you know, you can immediately see, okay, there's one item I can pick up, and it's roasted chicken. So let us move on some more. So I found this room, and this would be a really nice spot in games like, you know, Skyrim, Oblivion. I just keep mentioning them because this game, a lot of people compare it. And if you look at this room, I did not interact with anything yet. There is not much to interact with. You know, these books. Of course, you know, you may ask yourself, like, is it really really helpful in Skyrim if you have all these books you can read? Some people ignore them unless they're skill books or something. But, you know, there's nothing I can do with them. And then there is this one bowl of stew, which I can interact with, and nothing else. Can break this wall again.
These used to be nice quarters.
And here we have half an apple. Yay. And we have another lore note. So let's see what else is going on in this fort. So after some combat, I killed a few enemies and still am in the process of doing so. So this guy is going straight for me, and he lights up every time I hit him, I guess to show me that I really hit him or something. While my companion is busy with that other guy. And so let's see if we can take this guy out. Nope, he hit me there. Doing quite some damage. So let's see if we manage to take potion. Yes, we are. And here it comes again. And here you can see, apparently because he's bigger, there's no stagger on him, even if we hit him when his shield is down. And there we go. And suddenly I'm able to just toss his corpse around. In the meantime, my companion was busy with this dude. So let's stagger and toss him around. And this just feels weird, as I said. Because, you know, I can apparently hit those guys and just toss them. But, you know, the big guy I was not able to even stagger. And wooden doors later on in town that are closed, I cannot do anything with. With my very powerful mace that I just kick the lizard man around with. So, there is actually something we can loot off that corpse. A fish. But not this one or the other ones. And then there is this little spot here and we find a health potion. I wish I could take some of that armor. Would come in quite handy. But nope. Okay, this is the part in the tutorial where, you know, I slowly realized that I really am missing a lot. In this game, I was just asked to get this lady out of the jail cell. And so you explore this part of the fort. Again, guided by those ropes. These crates I cannot break for some reason. I guess they're too well made. So let's go over here. Well, something apparently in this one. Spoiled cabbage. Very nice. And then we have a lootable corpse, and all we can take off this corpse, and his armor looks pretty, well, useful, is 1 essence potion, which will restore my mana. And here we have another corpse, and all I can do is take this bow, which looks kind of slightly weirdly positioned. But yeah, let's take it. And then we have quest marker and the telegraphing showing me that I'm supposed to interact with this after just picking up that bow. So I don't think it's very difficult to figure out what we're supposed to do.
Shoot the Fury down. How's your aim?
And ta-da! We just set this thing on fire. If we had fire spells at this point, we could have used those, whatever. So let's go down. This was another room that bothered me a little bit because we have all this stuff. We have a corpse. We have this, which looks like it's openable. And then we have the key we're supposed to find, telegraphed. So even if you enjoy looking around and trying to explore and trying to find something, as in like a little riddle, like where do I find this key? Well, you have that telegraphing showing you, so you won't miss it. Maybe you can turn this off, I don't know, but it's on by default, and I'm thinking like, well, you know, where is the fun in this? So let's open this chest full of fog and loot that, and let's get that lady out of jail and move on a little bit. Alrighty, so we just found another, you know, bramble door, and fortunately this corpse dropped all his belongings before sinking to the ground, so we can pick up all that. Here's my Grimoire of Elements giving me some spells and a wand, so let us equip that. And now we have the Power of Elements, and let's burn this. Again, there's icons on it, so you won't miss what part you're supposed to, you know, destroy. Some more essence stuff, and let us move on. Now this is the final part I would like to show you, because this is the first boss, I guess, the tutorial boss, and a few things put me off about him. I think I saw this first when I watched a little bit of footage by Fighting Cowboy when he was fighting him, where he does this really weird movement thing, like sliding around. Let's see if we can get him to do that again. And you also may want to pay attention to my companions, who were able to take some of the pressure off me with some of the smaller enemies, but here they're not really that helpful. Let's see if we can do this. This is normal difficulty, by the way, sorry. And let's fight this guy and see if we can get this very unusual movement to happen. Now, this is a fantasy game, of course, and you know, this guy you will see is infested by something, so maybe that's a reason. But some of these enemies do this sliding movement, and it doesn't look good. It feels very unnatural, very unpredictable, and it kind of looks like, okay, you know, the character moved, so let's move this character, let him slide to get him in position, and it just doesn't really look that good. So
You can't.
let us fight this guy.
No, it's your.
I'm just gonna skip through this conversation. And he's about to aggro on me. Alrighty, so let's freeze him in place. Let's skip the weapon. Let's do this one and that. Okay. I can kind of get that move that he just did. Let me put on my protective bubble. See, this. That he just did, right? I don't know how many meters or feet that was that he just moved on me. But that was a very unusual movement he did there. And now he's doing his big AoE movement. Let's freeze him in place again. Root him. Let's do this one. Oops, didn't see the AoE there. And let's see if we can do his Nope, killed me, but I have second wind. So let us see if we can do that movement again. Let me heal as well. And here we go. See? That was a totally weird move, and he does this so often where it just feels very unnatural. Interrupted my spell there, so maybe I should switch to my melee. And you see my companions are hitting him for like a really ridiculous low amount of damage. While I'm hitting him in the head, not making him flinch or stagger him. And there he killed me. It's not about the difficulty. It's not that is bothering me. It's just this weird movement. And even though these are just companions for the sake of, you know, giving you some extra tutorial stuff, it just feels like they don't make any difference. They don't really, you know, stagger the boss or anything. They don't like taunt him, which would take some pressure off of you for a little bit. And this is just not really fun. And as you saw, I hit him in the head with my mace. You know, mace to the face kind of stuff. Can't switch my weapon because he keeps hitting me. So let's see if we can at least heal a little bit. Get another 2 potions. Okay, so my spells are off cooldown. So let's freeze him. Put some lightning on him. And now we're gonna hit him in the face. Yep. We're supposed to dodge that. See, and he's not really actually showing any reaction to me hitting him in the face. This is a human, even though he's mutated. So this is really kind of weird. Anyway, so once again, the tutorial, which is like pretty much the first impression. Of course, it will not go totally nuts in most cases, like, you know, showing you the most epic fight or something, but this is supposed to give you an idea about what the game is like. And I just, you know, disliked so many things, and I don't get the comparisons to Kingdom Come, to Oblivion, to Skyrim, to all these kinds of games, because there's hardly anything you can interact with. This world, let's face it, is beautiful. You know, very nice design, but it ultimately just feels very empty, very few things you can interact with. This guy keeps sweeping for hours and hours and hours, and it's just, you know, and consider the price point. You know, 70 euros, $70, which is, you know, I guess the slightly higher AAA price we've been seeing recently. Once again, though, Kingdom Come was only 60, and I was looking at this and I'm thinking, like, you know, I don't really, you know, enjoy this. This does not feel like very immersive. I don't know if I'm looking forward to exploring this world a bit more.
This is the Sparrowhawks district.
Oh, another conversation forced on me. I don't know why she forces me to talk when with the others I had a choice. But let us move on anyway. I don't know if I would feel like exploring this, because, you know, a lot of times you may find a building where you can't break the wooden door, even though you can break a lot of other things, but not that specific door. And then you find a secret entrance, like a hole in the wall that you can just climb through at the backside of the building. And then there is one item in there that you can interact with. So I really don't know. I mean, you know, respect to the developers for, you know, building this town, for making it look nice. But the combat system feels off, the loot system, the immersion factor feels off. And there are all these little things, like details like this graffiti here, you know?
Take it up with Juliana.
Graffiti. And at the same time, you know, some of this stuff is just, you know, there's nothing here to do. I can talk to like a merchant, and, you know, if I would find like a building with an NPC inside, like a house. I can just walk in there and grab anything that's laying around with no one ever reacting. I don't know if like me being the envoy, the chosen one or whatever, is the explanation for that. Here we find a quest item, but nothing else. Whether, you know, it's the chosen one factor that allows me to do all that. But I mean, remember Skyrim, check out Kingdom Come. If you stole something, there were consequences. The world would react to you. Not just saying, hey, no, listen, he's the envoy. He's allowed to do this. It's just weird. And it kind of feels half-baked. Feels kind of odd. So, anyway, those were the main reasons for me to return the game. And maybe, I don't know, maybe this game becomes more immersive, more fun, more alive after 3 or 4 hours of gameplay. I don't like to go for that argument and say, well, you know, okay, then I'm gonna just play it for 3-4 hours when it's not that much fun in the beginning, just to see what happens next. Fact is, I bought it, and immediately there were things that kind of killed the immersion for me and made me feel like, okay, this is a beautiful place, but this may as well be just white walls and empty rooms with those 2 items you can interact with. So it's like a pretty facade, and that's what bothers me. Okay, look, we found 1 drink here, and there is another chest we can break. Those, of course, can't break. We figured this out already. Also doesn't have that marker, that icon on it. So, you know, I'm sorry to say this game isn't for me. Once again, if you enjoy the game, if you have fun with this, then more power to you. I really am glad for you. And I really hope you have, you know, the time of your life playing this. I am saying this without any irony, but for me, this was just not anything where I said, okay, this is worth 70 euros for me. Anyway, thank you for watching. Let's attack this guard. Oh, I forgot I can't. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.